Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about what Blake Lively's lawyer has said in response to Justin Baldoni's lawyer and vice versa, because it is getting spicy, let me tell you. So we're going to look into what they have said back and forth with each other, and Justin Baldoni's lawyer has made a statement and released a audio voice recording, like a text audio message that Justin Baldoni has sent to his people, to two of his editors at the release of the It Ends With Us premiere. At the premiere, he sent this voice message to two of his editors about what Blake Lively and the rest of the team had done to him. So I've already made a previous video on that, but we're going to include that in this video as well because it's very important to the response of Blake Lively's lawyer. So we're going to look at both of those in this video here. Before I show you, make sure to subscribe button so you don't miss any updates on this case as well as cases to come. We cover true crime news, celebrity gossip. We do it all here on this page, so make sure to subscribe button so you don't miss any of that. Hit that like button, send this to someone you think would enjoy it, and leave me a comment, let me know what you think so we can chit chat down there in the comment section. All right, we have a lot to look at, so let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna start the video with what Justin Baldoni's voice memo said that was released by Justin Baldoni's lawyer yesterday, January 7th. Now, in this voice memo, he is sending this to two of his editors that he had previously texted that he wanted to go to the premiere, but that Blake Lively did not want him anywhere near her. So the agreement was they'd be separated during the entire premiere. Well, apparently, Blake Lively sent Justin Baldoni and his family and friends to the basement straight after the red carpet. So here's the voice memo that he sent to his editors, like while he was in the basement of this, like, It Ends With Us premiere. And that's one reason why we don't have any pictures of them together, is because of this. So here is that voice memo.
By this, on what, could have been one of the most beautiful nights of my life career-wise, I literally was sent to the basement with all my friends and family for over an hour because I wasn't allowed to be seen. She didn't want me anywhere near her or the rest of the cast. So they ushered me off the carpet and they sent us down to the basement. We were down there together, my friends and family, the people that love me the most, and we start laughing because of the ridiculousness of this whole thing. And I realized, like, on a night that was supposed to be so materialistically joyful, I was in the basement with the people that I love the most, and we were all joyful and laughing because none of that shit matters. None of it. That's not why we're in the business. That's not why the three of us are in this business, is to attend a premiere like that and be celebrated. We're in this business because we're artists and we believe in what we do, and because we want to create art that touches people's hearts and souls and can move people. And that's what we did. That's what you both did. And I believe that will follow each of us, and that truth will prevail, and that light.
Statements are from People magazine, and this is as of Tuesday, January 7th. I'm recording this on Wednesday, January 8th, and this statement is specifically from Brian Friedman, which is Justin Baldoni's lawyer, saying it's painfully ironic that Blake Lively is accusing Justin Baldoni of weaponizing the media when her own team orchestrated this vicious attack by sending the New York Times grossly edited documents prior to filing the complaint. So they're accusing of not the New York Times editing the text, but Blake Lively's team editing those text messages, sending them to the New York Times to make it look different. He continues to say, we're releasing all the evidence which shows a pattern of bullying and threats to take over the movie. Friedman adds, alleging none of this will come as a surprise because, consistent with her past behavior, Blake Lively used her people to communicate those threats and bully her way to get whatever she wanted. We have all the receipts and more. I'm wondering what all the receipts means. I know that we are getting text messages. He said every text message between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, but I wonder what else we'll be getting. I wonder if we're going to be getting any video footage or more audio recordings or whatever showing how she treated Justin Baldoni. But as we've seen in the past, she has a history of not treating people with the best respect. She has been in the media multiple times for that. So this is not the first time that accusations like this have been on Blake Lively. Now, this statement is from Blake Lively's team saying serious claims of sexual harassment and relations. The ones that were filed as a complaint on December 20th are backed by concrete facts. Now, we did see that complaint and we did look at it. I did not do a breakdown of that one though, but we can if you would like me to do that. But from what I've seen in that, there are some things that point to what could potentially be sexual harassment, but I feel like in order to take this to a jury, you're going to need a little bit more evidence than what they provided, and maybe even some people that step forward talk about what they saw firsthand. That may get a jury to side with Blake Lively, but I think she's going to need a little bit more than what is just in the complaint based on what I'm seeing from Justin Baldoni's team. Now, this statement is also from Blake Lively's lawyer as well, saying this is not a feud arising from creative differences, because that is one of the big things is that Justin Baldoni is saying she took over the directing process of It Ends With Us when he was supposed to be the director of the movie. She got final say, he did not. Her lawyer continues to say, as alleged, Ms. Lively's complained, and as we will prove in litigation, Wafer Studio and its associates engaged in unlawful retaliatory astroturfing against Miss Lively for simply trying to protect herself and others on a film set. And the response to the lawsuit has been to launch more attacks against Miss Lively since her filing. But honestly, in my personal opinion, this is not fact or anything, this is my opinion. I think Justin Baldoni's team did a better job of proving his point in their lawsuit than Blake Lively's team did in filing her stuff in her complaint. It looks to me like Blake Lively or Justin Baldoni's team did slightly better in proving his point than Blake Lively's team, in my opinion. But we're still going to see more lawsuits to come. Her lawyer continued to say sexual harassment and relations are illegal in every workplace and in every industry, which is very, very true. And that is one reason I have not necessarily, in quotations, taken a side, is because sexual harassment complaints and things like that should be taken very, very seriously, which is why I feel like for myself, I need to see all the information before I can make my own conclusion from this, just because that should be taken very, very seriously. So I'm technically not on either side. Am I leaning towards more of Justin's side? Yes, but I'm not taking either side till I get every single part of this information and look at it for myself, because you can't take one person's word for another. And those are some serious allegations that need to be taken very seriously. They also continue to say a classic tactic to distract from allegations of this type of misconduct is to blame the victim by suggesting that they invented the conduct, brought it on themselves, misunderstood the intentions, or even lied. Another classic tactic is to reverse the victim and offender and suggest that the offender is actually the victim. Those concepts normalize and trivialize allegations of serious misconduct. So basically, they're accusing Justin Baldoni's team of victim blaming Blake Lively and or turning it around saying Blake Lively is the person doing the things and Justin Baldoni is the victim. But my question is, did they file this complaint before Justin Baldoni could file anything, because they were going to turn this around, call it victim blaming, and take the side? Because in most sexual harassment allegations, most people do take the women's side. A lot of times that is fact, but it's hard, I feel like, in this society sometimes for a man to prove that it was not him versus to prove that it was him, if that makes sense. But I feel like they may have done this and filed this complaint knowing that he was going to file a lawsuit in retaliation so that they could call this victim blaming, etc., etc. But again, we don't have all the information yet. We need all the information before we can make our conclusion, because right now it's just a back and forth, he said, she said. So this statement is from Justin Baldoni's team and lawyer, saying, most importantly, media statements are not a defense to Ms. Lively's legal claims. Now this is huge right here in this sentence. It says, we will continue to prosecute her claims in federal court where the rule of the law determines who prevails, not hyperbole and threats. Now, they say they will see them in federal court, meaning they plan on taking this all the way. They're not going to settle. They're not going to do anything. And I don't think, honestly, Blake Lively would settle anyways. I think that she is too far in this. I think this will actually go to federal court. Now, just to go over what these sexual harassment claims and stuff actually were, these were the accusations made in her complaint, saying the actress's complaint included accusations that Baldoni and other producer entered her trailer uninvited while she was undressed, or vulnerable alleges Baldoni suddenly pressured her to simulate full nudity at a birth scene and improves physical intimacy that had not been rehearsed, choreographed, or discussed with Miss Lively with no intimacy coordinator involved. Now, Justin Baldoni did include messages and tags where he hired an intimacy coordinator himself, offered to let Blake Lively meet with that intimacy coordinator ahead of time, and she chose not to do that. If those text messages are indeed real, then this statement seems to be false. But again, we need all the information because it's right now it's a he said, she said, and we only have this much of the text. So I feel like we cannot, because of how serious these claims are, we need all the information, which it looks like we are going to get probably sooner rather than later. Thank you for joining. That is my video on what all the lawyers have said. I hope I broke that down for you so you can understand it more clearly. We are going to be doing this case into great detail. We have some new text messages we're going to look at as well in the next video. And Justin Baldoni's lawyer said they could be filing a new lawsuit as soon as yesterday, which we didn't get the new lawsuit, but as soon as we do, we'll be on here to break it down for you in detail. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and I will see you next time. All right, until later, love you, bye.